Hey, true believers, Englentine here with the third chapter of the Gabby Awards. We'd already covered worst fan interaction, worst treatment of a Lee Kirby creation, worst crossover or event, and the overstayed their welcome, as well as worst comic book moment. This time around, we have worst SJW comic book, worst fight scene, worst character misrepresentation, and worst news site. And yes, it's cut down into tiny little bite-sized morsels, so kick back, relax, and enjoy.
All right, okay. Worst SJW comic book. A not flaming homosexual Iceman. You're a book about the pervert. A book about childhood cartoon characters in the doing really lewd things. Abbott's Miss Marvel. That makes you groan. If that makes you groan, I do too. And Exiles.
Alrighty. And the winner.
About that.
Alrighty. And the winner is, no surprise here, the pervert.
Yeah.
Now here's something I would say about the everyone's live streaming at the same time. Yeah, that always happens. That always happens at 9 o'clock. Everybody starts live streaming. But here's the thing about the pervert, and you can attest to this because you are a cringe reader and you roast comics. This wasn't roast worthy.
No, it wasn't. That
just boring.
Yeah, to be honest, I tried to think, just then I tried to think of something like witty or clever, but dude, nothing. It gets nothing from you. It's like a black hole of funny.
It's just a passion project, but there's no passion to it. It was just, I wanted
to read a book from the lunatic who made death threats at a dude over the internet because he makes fun of really terrible books. That's what I wanted to read.
Yes, I got to admit, I was hoping for some crazy, and there was no crazy. It was just cringe and boring.
On book, Michelle Perez sounds like the best cringe high you could ever have. But when you actually read the pervert, it's like, there's a penis. That's wacky.
I was promised cocaine and you gave me sugar instead.
That's basically it right there. That's it in a nutshell.
I was exactly like you were promised a good time and you got Burger King, I guess. That's basically it.
Yep.
It's awful,
let's see what we got in the comments. I destroyed my computer with a hammer, says Rail Captain Marvel, as a stress relief practice. I could see why that would happen. FM Marvel should have sent a pregnant female writers to the front line. They put Clifford, the main character, Snoopy. He beats down a person who looks like Charlie Brown.
Oh yeah, because Charlie Brown said tranny or something, and then he beats him down and then cries about it, and it's like, this is a book.
It's really not good.
It barely has backgrounds. To say it was colored is to say there was any coloring done is a joke, because it's like the person just took some what are those little magic markers, but those crayons that you can color with, and just did that. And they just drew really crappy looking characters, colored the background, and then called it a day. But this gets an award or something, right? So
yeah, I'm pretty sure
that's what
it did this time.
Yeah, that's the world we live in, where I remember comic books.
Save a little bit. Trust me, you're going to be talking about this book again.
Oh my god! All right, sorry. I'm sorry for rambling. My bad.
All right, no worries. Let's move on. And Dalton, you do your next topic, and then I'll do my next topic.
Okay, which I believe is they're not journalists. They're barely online, and their websites will probably give you viruses. Worst comic book news site. First and foremost, we have the website that we specifically wanted to kill about a year ago, and is ironically parodied in the form of Bleeding Fool. We have Bleeding Cool. Then we have I don't know what the fuck you were doing when you came up with the name for this site, but it doesn't work linguistically or impactfully comicosity, and the resource that you would like to put down, but you can't because they won't go the fuck away, comic book resource. Why the f anyone else trying to use that cockamamie spelling of it, sci-fi, and of course we only exist because feminism, Mary Sue. And the winner is Bleeding Cool, unsurprising.
No, that's not surprising at all. The thing will shut your computer down.
Like, yeah, I mean, the Mary Sue would have taken the gold if this were like a video game community, because everyone hates the Mary Sue, but since I don't think they do comic books as much, like, I think Bleeding Cool takes the prize.
See, I was going to vote for Bleeding Cool originally, but I ended up voting for the Mary Sue because I remembered what happened with the Honey Badgers, how they were kicked out of a comic book convention in Calgary and then slandered by the Mary Sue, and they're currently going through a lawsuit based on it.
Wow.
Also, good luck to the Honey Badger Brigade, and I hope that this ultimately kills Mary Sue, for the love of God.
Well, yeah, I voted for Bleeding Cool because if you look at a Bleeding Cool article, you don't know what it's about. Is it about the advertisements or about any of the words that are supposed to be there? There's so many ads on it. It will give your computer a virus. It will shut it down. It'll freeze it up.
The thing about ad blockers too is that there are so many on the site that sometimes, even if you have like an ad blocker on and you try to go onto the website, it won't, the text won't pop up. Wow. So you'll just have like a blank screen that you have to refresh because there's just so many like viruses on that site.
Yeah, I truly recommend nobody go to Bleeding Cool ever again.
Their information is just stolen from other websites anyway.
And
it's not
that's Bleeding Cool. That's Bleeding Cool.
Like, it's not even stuff that they went out of their way to go and collect. It's just, this was on like ICV2 or some other comic book website, and then they just snatched it from there.
If they did comments, then that would be one thing, because we're all commentators and we do that. Yeah. Okay, we see that article, let's talk about it. Well, this is our opinion on it, but they do pass it off as their own news.
Yeah, and you know what's scummy about that is that I'm sorry, go ahead, Dalton.
No, I didn't really have a point. I was just going to agree with what he said. Go ahead.
I was just going to say what's scummy about that is that Rich Johnston likes to do this thing where he says he's not a journalist when it's convenient for him to. He's just a commentator.
And then when it becomes advantageous for him to have the authority and clout of a journalist, I'm a comic book journalist. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's the same thing a lot of the like old guard journalists do whenever their subjectivity gets called out. It's like, you completely bold-facedly lied because of your own subjective bullshit. And I'm not a journalist, so you can't hold me to that standard.
Yeah.
But if you know they get accolades or they get access based on journalism, boy howdy do they take up the journalism quick.
Absolutely. Now, I do like what's going on in they're talking about painting Iceman the color of the rainbow. I will not put it past a panel or a cover. You'll see Iceman doing his ice slide past a rainbow flag, and he will end up that color.
You know, all right. This was considered cringy and embarrassing back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's that's even sadder because Iceman using his ice powers to give himself like prism powers or light manipulation powers would actually be a really interesting like evolution of his powers, but can't use it now because rainbow symbolism.
Right.
Apparently
so
has a monopoly on the entire fucking color spectrum now.
So moving on, we have worst comic book fight. And some of these just made me shake my head and cringe. There's just no way in hell. You want to talk about a Mary Sue moment. It would have to be Kitty Pryde one punching a sentinel. You have okay, we're going to stand in for our friend even though she's not here, which is dumb as shit. If you're not a superhero, don't do that. It was a dumb run on Ms. Marvel. But when one of the friends decided to step in, they had an inflatable fist to once again one-punch the bad guys.
Without any particular density that would actually make it
happen, yeah.
To her super
we have
abilities.
We have a fight that is ended not by a pregnant Nova Corps leader, but because she's pregnant. The bad guy stops and goes, "What the hell are you doing on the field? You're pregnant." And then she blasts him. We have the fight between Doctor Strange and Loki, and then the Wonder Woman versus Darkseid. And I'm not going to candy coat things here. The only 2 votes went to something other than the winner.
I will say
otherwise, the pregnant Nova Corps got all the votes. I mean, this was the biggest landslide. This is bigger than Erica Henderson for worst artist in the last one. Everybody voted for pregnant Nova Corps member.
It's ridiculous. It's like there's a pregnant woman on the battlefield, and the dude just says, "You're pregnant," and she just shoots him. And this is a fight.
That's why I guess they did it. It's a distraction because nobody except for Marvel would think it would be smart for this to have happened. It's the dumbest moment in comic books so far in 2018. It's the worst fucking fight. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so bad.
I've got to say, it's like I feel like the reason why like a lot of the recent fights are terrible is because you just don't have people who know how to write action-oriented combat. That's why so many books read like journals and textbooks than they do comic books anymore.
Yeah, Mr. Neenan in the comment section is saying bad guy cares more for the pregnant woman's child than the mother-to-be. Exactly. And considering she gave birth on the battlefield, she shouldn't have been there. She should have been at home waiting for the doctor to go to the hospital. Yeah,
that baby was freakish looking. It had the face of an old black woman. Oh my god.
Yeah,
almost like it should be allowing your womb to be punched when you're apparently like 8 months pregnant or something. But whatever do I know?
It was so freaking bad. Let's see what we got. Bad guy, to hell with the brass knuckles. Wear the brass bra bars that the female SJWs use to beat up men with their breast bars. Okay. Have you seen the Yes Pregnant Woman and ad? It only ran for, no, I did not. I don't watch a lot of regular TV. I've kind of cut the cable here. So new military tactics, all pregnant women platoons, the enemy wouldn't dare shoot. What were you saying, Corrupt?
Why didn't she use her her breast as a laser weapon?
I didn't get it. Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm kind of surprised no one really voted for Kitty Pryde punching a sentinel in the face.
No one voted for it. Like zero people voted for it.
But she punched a sentinel. She doesn't have superhuman strength.
The others, no one voted for Ms. Marvel either. But yeah, nothing. Yeah, after she comes out of her little phasing thing, she has no powers to punch. And it's not like she punched him with a phasing, which would have interrupted the technology. She punches him physically.
Yeah, no, that might have actually made sense if she phased inside the sentinel and then became solid so as to completely screw up its
yeah, because she's already showed that that's part of her powers, but I guess
or even just go inside the CPU and like mess with the electrical shit to. Sorry, I swore again.
Yeah. But let's move on. Worst character misrepresentation. Sir Corrupt.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's see. Booster Gold changes time as a wedding present. Doctor Strange raises hell.
Did he drop?
Did we lose Corrupt?
Right as he was doing his
As
thing?
he was reading it. Okay, so we have Ghost Rider becomes Thanos' slave. Iron Man becomes Sorcerer Supreme. And Iceman, once again, makes out and hits on a guy during Black Widow's wake. And the winner, by quite a bit, is Iceman hits on and then makes out with a guy at Black Widow's wake.
I think we can all agree he should have just given the guy the cold shoulder.
Oh, bump. Yes. You are here with the dad jokes because Captain Frugal couldn't make it. That's very kind of you. This was an interesting category because once again we had a no vote. Even I nominated it because I thought it was silly, but nobody voted for Ghost Rider becomes Thanos' slave. Let's see, Doctor Strange raising hell and Iron Man becoming Sorcerer Supreme both got a couple of votes. And the next one up was Booster Gold messes with time, but otherwise, yeah, Iron Man or Iceman won this one pretty well, pretty strongly, as a matter of fact. By the way,
if you're going to make that kind of alteration to an established character, you should at least not exclude bisexuality.
No, that's true. That's true. I wonder how completists go with Marvel books, seeing long-standing characters disrespected, treated completely out of character. Do you just skip it? See, I would say yes. At this point, I'm a different kind of collector, though. I would rather read a good book. There's so many good stories and books out there that could otherwise be read than just be a completionist. Hey, Jonathan Brown, what's up, my friend? How are you doing? Eric Breen liked your dad joke. Maranya is saying, you'll hear how I feel about Iron Man on Comics Division's live stream tomorrow. Awesome. The Wake take on the cake on this one. The Wake take the cake on this one. Funeral hookup, so classy. Yeah, it's nice. Ghost Rider was tamed. He went crazy, was how it was explained to me. Me and Weaponized Nerd Rage had a little conversation about it. It was kind of fun. But yeah, there you go, man. This is it was a horrible thing, and Iceman was a bad book from the start. But that particular storyline really set off what made that book bad. It really did, because he was, from that point on, he stopped being a 30-year-old guy and he started being 16.
It could have worked if they had handled it better, but they didn't bother. They just sort of went, we need to do this because reasons that we haven't quite defined yet. So go and do and be, and we don't care who we piss off with it.
Yeah. Full Desire saying maybe it's because I'm new to comics and I don't know enough history, but Booster Gold's story was interesting. Maybe it's out of character. I don't know. I think it's both. I thought it was an interesting story, but it was very out of character for Booster Gold.
There are rules established against meddling with time, especially things that would have long-standing consequences. That's essentially the entire premise behind the Legends of Tomorrow TV show, is they chase anachronisms when people screw around with things.
James Hayes is saying, so what does Hulk say when he jumps into a swimming pool? Hulk splash. So far, so good. The Gabbies are going all right. Jonathan, we lost Corrupt, but hopefully he'll jump back on. I know a few people that can make a better gay Iceman story. Yeah, I don't think it'd be too hard. And I recently went on vacation, says Tree Rock Creations, and tried to watch some cable in my hotel room and was shocked at how much trash was shown. Yeah. All righty. So let's move on there. Dalton.
Worst character overall. We have the Signal, which could be just as easily subtitled the Virtue Signal. We have Abbott, which is just so bland and so racist that I can't really think of anything else to say about it. We have the King that has been dethroned to a degree that is just not acceptable. Elvis from Baba Hotep. We have
Patience Lee.
Patience Lee, whose ass you really do just want to kick all over the place. And we have the character whose legacy has been torn to rags. Ragman 2018.
The winner is Patience Lee, the new kick-ass. It's all right, guys. Yeah, she, by the way, if anybody has been reading the new kick-ass, she is she is, I can't remember the word, but she has created everything that's gone wrong in her life. You know, it's like she does something.
Self-sabotage, I believe.
Yeah. She is. She's the creator of her own destruction. She makes a bad choice, and then she gets herself into trouble, and we're supposed to feel bad about her. No, sorry, I don't. I didn't straight from the very first issue. It's a bad character, and it's so far it's not a good book either. I didn't like it, and mainly it's because I can't get into the character itself. Now the Signal, he is boring and it's unnecessary. He's the one where, oh, well, Batman and them, they're fighting crime in Gotham during the nighttime. I'm the only one that's here during the day. And that is literally it for the character. Abbott is straight up racist. Elvis was not Elvis. They never saw the movie. And goodness gracious. But here's the thing. It was a very close race between Patience Lee and the Signal. That book, I think, left a lot of bad taste in people's mouth as well. Let's see what we got going on in the thing. We got America Chavez. Come on, this is the Gabby Awards after all. Not nominated. I kept putting America out there. She didn't end up getting nominated. Worst character overall, Dan or Mark. Not enough dick in saying I am gay. Is that, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, what's with Bobby's parents acting like old people stereotype about gay people? Weren't they good with him being a mutant? No, not in the beginning. They were like actually not very good with him being a mutant. I thought it would have been.
They actually did a good job of it in talking about it in X2 when they were all, haven't you tried not being a mutant?
I thought it would have been. I thought it would have been a good thing to show them that no, we don't care that you're gay, but the whole mutant thing is still a problem. You know, I thought that would have been an interesting take on it.
Or switch it. That would have been interesting to. Or better yet, have it be we can accept you being a mutant and we can accept you being gay, but both at the same time. It's just too much for us.
Yeah, that would have actually been a pretty good one. There is a worse character than America Chavez. No, not in my opinion. And considering him, yeah, that was one thing. I did put her out there for nomination, but she didn't get it because I was thinking there were 4 issues of America Chavez, and so it should be done. Let's see. The point of Kick-Ass was that he was a dumbass, not a badass. And she is. She's like supposed to be ex-military, yada yada, blah blah, the whole 9 yards. But wow, it's just not bad.
Even if you want, the whole female empowerment and badassery thing, that's what Hit Girl's for. Like,
yes,
that's kind of the entire point of her. So
yeah,
why?
I don't know. There you go, true believers. That's part 3 of the Gabby Awards. What did you think? What did you think of the winners? What do we have? Worst character, worst... oh my gosh, I forgot all 5 of them already. I've been putting this video together. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you know the drill. Click like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Sometimes YouTube does their job and actually notifies people when a video is out or when we're doing a live stream, and I would hate for you to miss those. They are pretty darn cool. Also, this is the way we're trying to make a living, so if you don't mind helping the channel out, go on over to Patreon. Drop $1 in the till. $1! It's less than a candy bar a month. Help us out and helps keep the lights on, helps keep making videos for you. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.